what's going on tonight? So I come on to do a little quick video about the recall here in California. I am a Republican, probably one of the many that are here. They can say it's a blue state. From what I've learned, the majority are red. They just get the politicians like Newsom and Nancy and Biden and Obama and them. Look, they came out here supporting him, and look how petty they are. America, I'm a Republican, period. I'm a Republican. I was independent. I've never been nothing but independent. But when I got to think about it, why ain't I a Republican? Why do I want to be a non-party? I want to be part of a party. So I'm going to be on the right side. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't care if you're white, black, or gay. You fine around me. Don't push your shit on me. Keep your ideology to yourself. You won't have to hear me talk about Jesus. Then again, we might both like Jesus. You might not have to hear me talk about hunting, fishing, and football. You might like them both. Hell, you might want to talk about stilettos and G-strings and fucking makeup, hair color and all that. I'm down with that too, because I'm a fucking barber and a hairstylist. So I can do both. I can cook clean, I can sew, I can paint, I can draw. Ain't nothing I can't do, and ain't nothing I can't do well. And one thing I'm good at is sitting back, listening, and being understanding. And instead of using emotion, just like everybody out here says, oh, you're a Republican, you gotta be 100% Trump. Yeah, I'm 100% Trump. And when Obama was in office, even though he wasn't Republican, I was 100% Obama, because I'm not a dumbass telling the pilot that I don't like, wreck the plane, motherfucker. No, I'm going to assist him. So when I heard people put down on Obama and Bush, I said, hey, I don't like the guy either, but don't speak negative into the air that travels over to him so he fucks up more in our country. Now look what everybody negative has done. And I'm going to say this, a lot of Trump supporters that aren't really Trump supporters, that the liberals and the Democrats out here saying, or these like big time Trump conspiracy support people, listen, those people they're playing. They're not real. Let me tell you something. Real Trump supporters, they ain't there to fight you unless you fight them first. They're not there to fuck with you unless you fuck with them first. They don't care what you believe, what you don't believe, as long as you fucking let them believe what they believe. And we can live happily and drink beer and barbecue next to each other. Non-alcoholic for me. Roll up a good joint, we good. But to sit here and being from Louisiana, watching the governor of San Francisco, and I voted here, and let me tell you, I got my mother-in-law, my kid, 7 years old, and her mom up there. I'm the only one who votes. Miss Judy has dementia. She can't remember, and it really ain't worth it to her. But I did take her today because the last 2 years, someone here in the state was using her name, address, and everything to vote. And we found out who it was, and what's sad is they just live right over in Concord, which is connected to this town, Concord and Clayton. Might as well be the same place. About 3 miles down the road, the lady, she lives down there. We found out who she was. The elections, we got the information today. Went to Martinez to the election board. Went straight into the office. I looked at the lady face and said, listen, I don't want to sound the wrong way to you. And I know you can tell I sound a little different. I ain't from our channel. I said, but when I registered to vote in this state, after being here for so long, months and years, and decided to register, which I know you got to be more than 30 or 60, 90 days, maybe. Who knows? It might be 9 days. Either way, when I registered to vote in this state, I specifically went down and signed up. And I told the lady in the me and I said, listen, don't ever send me a mail-in ballot. I don't request absentee ballots. If I'm not in person, you don't get my vote. My grandpa said, don't do absentee. They can take that shit and tamper with it in the mail. Don't do mail-in, they will tamper with it. Well, I have a ballot from a certain part of California. And a lady the other night on YouTube pointed something out, but she's from the southern region down there by LA and Commerce and all. I'm up here in the Bay Area, central, north. Well, my ballot it's purple, it's about that big. I wish I could find it, but I think I left it upstairs, or I might have threw it in the garbage the other day because I'm so pissed about it. And I took some pictures of it, so I have those. And mine's purple for Contra Costa County. A little light violet purple like lavender. Well, ours has one hole in it. And if you fold the paper like you're supposed to the proper way, you put it back in. On ours, thank goodness I did see that wasn't, that wasn't a really fraudulent thing that I saw. But I said, wait a minute, hold on. Actually, it is. I got a little hole like that far up at the bottom of my envelope. Now, that hole is a little bit, I'd say that hole's at least a 1/4 inch in circumference. Matter of fact, it's about the same size as a little button on the side here for your camera light thing. And the lady in down south, hers had 2 on it, one on each side. And if you folded their ballot up properly and put it back in the envelope the right way, and everything's signed and documented, and you seal that envelope, and then you put it back in the other one, which had 2 holes. Well, ain't it miraculous? Even with mine having 1 hole, if you look up in there, if you tipped it just right, you can get up in there, you can see who I voted for. Because Larry Elder is in the center of the page. And in the votes down south, he's either on the left side of the page or the right side. Now, go figure this. 1 hole in my ballot, dead in the center of a 14-inch piece of paper by 8 inches. Folded up, Larry Elder's name is dead in the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 down in the middle. You have 4 folds in the ballot, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you break it down and you stick it in, Larry Elder is just 2 inches. That dot would be here on my ballot. Larry Elder's name is right here. From that hole to there, they can see if I voted for Larry Elder. Peek in, you see Elder, you toss it. And guess what? Some people have been caught here today by myself, walking up on them. Oh, let me see, what are you doing with that ballot? Did I just see you throw 2 or 3 of those in the garbage when nobody was looking? You like, I did the smart thing today. Go sit where they're taking the ballots in and collecting them all. And then have a buddy or 2 go sit and watch a local drop box in the area too. See who you see coming in and out picking up the drop boxes, the mail-ins. And then follow somebody and see what they do with them on their little trip to go deliver them. Which is what I did today. From Martinez all the way here to Clayton. And I voted at 8:30 this morning on a nasty-ass Dominion machine. And the lady actually, she took my vote page because I won't wear a mask. She tells me, you can't come in. I said, oh, shit. I said, let me tell you something. I'm voting, and you're going to give me my vote. And I'm not wearing a mask. And what did I do? I walked right on in. Give me a pen, give me my ballot, and don't tell me to put on a mask. Unless, seriously, no offense to you ladies, when you start putting yourself in the shoes of a man who's sick and tired, and as a man myself, I'm not a burly asshole. I'm not one of these guys who rah, rah, fight, fight. That's what she said. No, I don't like that. But you do have a place. And by the way, there's only 2 genders, male and female. Or you can have both, and you can be called a they, be whatever you want. I'm not calling you by pronouns, and I'm never voting for you liberals. See, being from South Louisiana, let me tell you a little secret about the history of the Civil War none of you even know. You all think the South lost the war. I'm glad they've been telling you that lie. I'm glad they told you that the South created the KKK when it was not. I'm glad they told you at some point the Democrats and the Republicans switched parties, but they did not. And all that hype about the Emancipation Proclamation. You all really think Lincoln was trying to help free the slaves when slaves was free? Y'all know nothing about us Southerners. You claim that our Confederate flag's racist out here in California when you don't even know it's the Christian flag of St. Andrew. And by the way, to all my black friends and family, do you know who gave the white man that flag? And do you know who walked side by side with the white man carrying that flag? Your people. And by the way, your people were never African. Even from the beginning, you were never called Africa. You got that name from an Italian general. That's right. Know your history. That came from someone else. So I've heard a lot of you talk about you Jewish and you this and that and African. No, you're not, man. Just stop. Matter of fact, slave industry, when it first started on the planet, as far as we know, dated back in time, well, what records we got? It was Africans, which their real name were Ethiopians. People look at Egyptians, and I think to myself, well, they think them Africans or Egyptians or Ethiopians. No, the Egyptians is more or less like Persians, Spaniards, and some damn white people mixed up with some Aborigines. Maybe a little bit black, but I love it when I see certain people that are like really black, like my buddy Albert. My buddy Albert's black. Okay? My other black friend Keith, he ain't black. He's my color. He's what Albert called red, which I don't care. We say shit like that to each other. And they always they tell me constantly, boy, you the only nigga in this room, you the only hood rat. Say, cuz I was raised up in Louisiana in the hood, in a white hood with a bunch of black dudes and white boys. That's just what it was. Poor ass country white boys, black boys in the middle of the hood, smoking weed, dealing drugs, whatever we had to do, playing fun, having fights, whatever. So out here in Cali, you got us mixed up. You don't run around in the South using the N-words and Golly, look at me. I don't even like having to say N-word. I'm going to tell you now, where I'm from, you come down to Louisiana, and you white or black, and you brown, Mexican, Asian, especially if you're Mexican or Asian. Now, white dudes saying it, if they're saying it in a lot of insulting way, you're going to have some brothers get pissed. But don't you think for once, if you saying it around the right white dudes like me too, and I ain't going to get pissed. And if you black and you saying, nigga this, nigga that, bro, I'm going to jump your shit and tell you to your face, how the fuck can you even let the word out your mouth? You disrespecting yourself when you say that shit. You're talking to your friends with that shit the same way. You're just like Gavin Newsom. You're lying to yourself and thinking you're something you ain't. So Newsom's out here. We got a whole moral messed up state. We got people attacking this black guy, Larry Elder. This lady is white or something. Maybe she's Mexican. They just want to say she's white because that's all they see is some light skin like mine. But they don't mean she's white. I see some pale ass Latinos out here, blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah. Look, hey, I know a couple Mexican dudes look like they could be in the Klan. But see, that Klan came from the north. Pelosi's relatives was actually some descendants from that. That's right, and so was Jerry Brown. And I see a couple people back home in Louisiana. You know, everybody, you know, better learn something about Louisiana. Unless you got a last name like me, you can say what you want. Last names in Louisiana got an accent to them. See, I'm Carrier, but people say French, Carrier. So when you see a Johnson, a Miller in the South, Louisiana, those inherited families came from the North. They're the families that were indoctrinated. They founded the Klan. When you all talk about Nathan Bedford's Forest, I tell you, I'm going to get a little information. I'll stop right here. Since you don't know nothing about Southern history, and you don't know that we've preserved all the papers, all the documents, all the journals, all the treaties and letters that come from both sides. We saved ours. The North, what did they do? Who knows what they did? Who knows what they didn't even understand they were doing? But they thought they beat us. They didn't beat us. We kidnapped them, left them in swamps and woods, and they couldn't do nothing. Just the way we're getting kidnapped and beaten and lost out here because they're racking up the money on our housing here. Gavin Newsom raised our gas tax up another 36% or more. City business license for me under Donald Trump was 22% a year for a Master's Barbershop. Barbershop, I'm a barber. This year under Biden and under Obama and Biden, well, with Obama and Biden, it was 49, almost 51%, I think, somewhere around that range. I'd say 47 at the lowest. Now that Obama's back behind the curtains with Biden, because that's who cut the mic off the other night. Well, don't stop. And then you got treasonous Pelosi and General McKinney caught on tape and conversating about how they gonna stop Trump the whole time he was president. They're not gonna make sure we keep an eye on him. He's crazy. We're gonna say this. We're gonna say that. We're gonna make up some shit. I mean, come on. How come all these people that gathered in the acquittal for the Russia shit didn't get thrown away? And now we over here dealing with Gavin Newsom saying all these Democrats are Republicans. And the first words out of his mouth is that Larry Elder is the matching tone. See, they know they can't win California without coming over here and getting the social justice Antifa Black Lives Matter people riled up. Because they got nothing. And the whole city knows it. And I think Gavin and them know it too. And I think they think that he's winning. But the only way he's winning is if he's stealing it. And that's why they put the holes in the ballots. And another thing I did was I called quite a few other states to check and see if they put holes on their ballots like that. They do not, because they say that is a way for someone. Hell, they can push a little small wire camera up in there and just, they can see it all clear as day then from a fucking TV screen. So, if Gavin Newsom was to get in, it's because he cheated. It's because, just like a month ago, and the media is quiet about it, how about the guys that they caught that were stealing ballots for him? Not stealing his to get rid of. They were helping Newsom. The dude had a carload of guns and drugs. Newsom said, I'm going to pay the criminals here in San Francisco to kill less people. Joe Biden left $80 billion in military, and then they say, oh, it's not going to be maintainable. It ain't going to be fixable. You see that 84 Chevrolet Blazer right there? They said the same thing when I drug it out of a damn pit full of nothing and junk rusted to the ground, stuck in the sand on the side of the ocean. Now it runs full speed, wide open, everything works on it. So don't nobody get it in your head, them damn Chinese and Russians over there with the Pakistans and Al-Qaeda and ISIS and the Taliban. ain't going to take at least something from them planes and everything, the guns and all, 300-something thousand rifles, automatics. They got automatics, 100-round clip, 100-round magazines, belts, drones. And Biden tells us he going to take all our guns. He better hope he don't come near me, because I'm going to be the first motherfucker to take his head off of one. Like, man, the FBI, the police, everybody that might, you know, national security over, oh, they heard a guy talking on there about Trump, about knocking Trump off. Hey, some guy, when's the last time somebody assassinated the president? Hey, nobody said we was. I just said I'd like the opportunity. I'm just saying. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there right now that like that opportunity. So the only way tonight or tomorrow, if they say Newsom was to win, it is because they have cheated us right off the bat. I mean, the city's been irking for a long time to get rid of him. And if they said he started out right away with like a 52 or 51, 61, 2% approval, they're lying. You can walk around downtown streets and hold up a sign that says, what do you think of Gavin Newsom? Every person damn near, 9 out of 9, not 9 out of 10, but 9 out of 9 will walk by that one mic. Not, but they'll walk by and tell you, hey, yeah, I want him gone. I voted for him the first time, but now I figured out, I've seen what he's done in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years with his hands and all. I mean, they tore it up out here. I came here in 2000. I was working at Chevron in Richmond. The streets were clean. Everybody was walking by. Nobody's friendly out here. They don't say hey to you unless you really can get their attention. And it's Market Street, Powell. I worked for the San Francis Drake Hotel while I was on the Treasure Island Naval Base going to Job Corps and getting education and some other things. It was always nice. I could walk at 3 in the morning. I might see 1 or 2 people that were less fortunate, and I don't like to say homeless. And they wanted to get off the street. Now, we've got dudes 12 years old up to 19, 25. There's down the road right now 40 or 50 because of Gavin Newsom. So let's hope Gavin Newsom's gone. They had to use Obama, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, and Joe Biden, lying ass, and Kamala to try to bait the state and pull him in. And the sad part is they put Trump on this ballot in California. Now what in the hell is that for? Doesn't that tell you how petty they are? Have a good day, people. Let's get rid of Newsom. And Biden, Pelosi, and Harris, and McKinney need to all be taken out for treason. We have the evidence in the phone call of what they did, America. Don't let them forget it. Share this video. Talk to everyone. I'm David. Y'all have a good night.